Once upon a time, there was a kingdom in the area of South Sumatra led by a king. The king had a very beautiful daughter named Siti Fatima. Beside her beauty, the princess was also well known for her kindness and good manners. Many young men fell in love with her. However, they dare not approach her because the king wanted his daughter to marry a rich man. Then a prince of China named Tan Bun An came to the kingdom to talk about the traits of the two kingdoms. The king wanted to collaborate with Tan Bun An as long as Tan Bun An shared his profit to the king. Tan Bun An agreed with the king's deal. He decided to stay in South Sumatra for several months. One day, when Tan Bun An was in the palace, he encountered Princess Siti Fatima and instantly fell for her beauty. To this delight, the princess returned his affection. The two then promised to meet each other whenever Tan Bun An came to the palace. They became lovers. After a few months, Tan Bun An decided to propose marriage to Siti Fatima. He asked the king for his daughter's hand. "Hiya! She's the most beautiful lady I've never seen. I love Siti Fatima, your daughter, and I'd like to propose her to be my wife," said the prince. The king, who was determined to marry his daughter only to a wealthy man, stated his terms. "Siti Fatima also loves you so much, but centuries of princes will have a culture to bring the doorway for the bride." "Hiya! What's the kind of ring you want, king? I love her. I will do everything for her," asked Tan Bun An. "Bring me 9 jars full of gold. After the jars are in my palace, you may marry my daughters," replied the king. "I agree. I will write a letter to my parents asking them to send 9 jars of gold to South Sumatra," said Tan Bun An. The letter from the king of China finally arrived. He was willing to send 9 jars of gold as the bride price for Siti Fatima. The lovers were overjoyed. Their dream had almost come true. A few months later, the ship from China carrying the bride price arrived. Tan Bun An and Siti Fatima went to the Musi River to welcome the ship. Tan Bun An rushed on board and immediately looked for the jar. He opened the cover of jar and behold, instead of the gold we expected, it was filled with rotten vegetables. A frustrated Tan Bun An irked at his father who played trick on him. He threw the jar into the water. He opened the covers of all other jars. Seeing the same rotten vegetable, he rushed them to the water. However, when he threw the last jar, the jar crashed into the vessel wall. Pieces of gold hidden underneath the rotten vegetable were revealed. Tan Bun An was aghast. It turned out his parents intentionally put rotten vegetable over the piece of gold to hide them from pirates. Realizing his mistake, Tan Bun An quickly jumped into the sea to the jars. Siti Fatima saw the whole incident. She waited anxiously for Tan Bun An to come out of the water. However, he didn't appear. "Prince Tan Bun An, where are you? Please return safely to me, or I will look for you in the sea," pleased the princess. "Please, princess, turn," said the maids. "I must, my maids. If I don't come back, there shall rise a moon in the middle of the sea. You shall know that it's our grapes," said princess. Then he jumped into the water and never came back. The next day, in the middle of the Musi River, A mound appeared, rising higher and higher. It was named Kemaro Island, which means the island of drought, because it was never drowned by the river even when the water overflowed. Thank you.